How's it going, everybody? Stock Picks by Tim here. I wanted to put this video out of my buys and sells last night, but I just wasn't able to do so. So here it is today. So starting off, I bought some CleanSpark, CLSK. I only bought 25 shares. I already have a pretty built out position, but I couldn't resist it at this low price. And we are near a base that I'll show you here in the technicals in a second. But I also bought a little bit of Immersion, and I'm going to basically continue to just kind of dollar cost through it, buy just a few shares at a time, build out my position. Same thing with Matterport. I definitely expect, with Matterport, more than Immersion, I expect some red throughout January, possibly even into February. We've definitely got some headwinds with the share lockup expiration, so insiders can sell. We also have the end of the redemption of warrants on, I believe, January 14, so look out for that. It's going to continue to give it some downward pressure through January. I can definitely see this going down to 15, even lower, so I'm just going to continue to kind of buy through Matterport, average through it. It's definitely going to be a volatile month. We have seen that so far with it going from about $20 down to 16. We were even a little higher not that long ago, like 25 range. I do see it though as a buy where it's at. I'm going to continue to buy through. If you want more detail on Matterport, check out one of my older videos. Now let's get into what I sold and why I basically put it into these positions here. Now you'll see that I sold 14 shares of Disney. I kept two. I kept the top two here, $147 price point. I figured I'd keep those. I can definitely see Disney potentially going up a little bit more, but I did sell 14 of them. I kept the two here at that 147 price. All right, so I kept two shares at that 147. So starting right here, two of the three. Okay, so from 162 to about 150 was the range that I was buying at. I did sell those 14 at a price of 158, and for me that was basically break even. I mean, I might have made like $1 or two. I did keep those. I would have made about $20 if I would have kept these. If I would have sold these two, I would have also made $20. But I figured I'd just keep those, and if Disney does come down a little bit, I'll add a little bit more to my position again and slowly build it out. Just not at this price right now. I see the upside at this price a little bit lower, of course, than when I was buying it in the 150s, lower 150s, even 140s. So that's basically what I did with Disney. I mean, I figured I was really low on cash, and also for personal reasons, I had some debt I wanted to pay off, and it gave me a chance to buy a couple of stocks that I just see a little bit more upside in, and I definitely wanted to capitalize on the rough market that they've had lately. All the small caps have been destroyed, obviously. And I don't know, to me, I mean, CleanSpark is a clear buy at this price. You know, I mean, I feel like over a year it's easily a double up, if not more. Matterport, same thing. It will be volatile. It can come down further, of course, but I'm just going to be dollar cost averaging through it, buying a little heavier in the dips. And an Immersion too. I mean, I think it's pretty fairly priced. We've got a fair PE. We're in a growing industry. Haptic feedback is going to be huge in the next 5 years, I believe. And I figured I'd just get out of Disney, take some money while I could. It's one of only a few stocks that I'm actually up in that I wanted to sell. So that's basically my thoughts there with Disney. And now let's go check out the charts. All right, and going over to CleanSpark's chart, we are still in this downward channel. Now keep an eye on this 750 range. I think we can come down to it before turning around. We did bounce off of there pretty strong. I mean, you see that's a very strong support once we broke out. And we haven't seen it since. We might be lucky enough to see it at this price range. In my opinion, that's a golden opportunity. In the 6-month, we're oversold on the RSI. 3-month, we're right along oversold. We're getting less and less oversold as you zoom in. But I think it can come down a little bit more before we turn around and have that rebound. We are still looking bearish. We're not holding above the EMAs. Although the MACD is starting to curl around, we are still a little bit bearish on the chart. So just be aware. And let's go over to Bitcoin because right now, I mean, it's only seen as a Bitcoin miner. There is microgrid, but it's a very small portion of the company right now. But I do expect their next quarter to be better for the microgrid side of things. Now let's look at Bitcoin real quick before wrapping this up here. All right, now I've got a couple of levels for you to watch out for Bitcoin. Okay, so be aware that right here where we're at, right at this 41, 42, that was where we were touching before we broke out and retested those highs of 68. But we did break out. You see this line was our resistance. That's 68, 65. We broke out of 65, came all the way to about 68 before cooling off, and it's just been down ever since. Been very bearish. Still bearish on Bitcoin. It's going to likely continue downwards a little bit more. But just be aware of this level because we did hit it and bounce, retested those highs. And let's zoom out even more. And zooming out even more, this was an old resistance. We broke it, broke out, broke down, broke it, broke out. So it seems to be, if we break it, it's very likely that we can come down towards the mid 30s. I can definitely see Bitcoin coming down to the mid 30s if we break this level. So just be aware of that, guys. And over this weekend, if Bitcoin does trend a little downward, expect CleanSpark to fall as well. All right, but to me, that's going to be a great opportunity to buy. I'm very bullish on CleanSpark. I would like to see more progress on their microgrid. Okay, I want to see some increasing revenue on their microgrid side of things. They said it was supply problems, so I'll take their word for it for now, but we're going to see in the next earnings call coming up here in a couple months. But that's basically my thoughts. I did sell my Disney, take some money out of the market, give me some cash on hand. That was the main reason I did so. Otherwise, I would have likely held more shares. But I figured, you know, looking at it, it was about a $20 profit with those 2 last shares that I bought. But by not selling those, I basically broke even. So I could have taken a $20 profit, sold everything. Instead, I just kept 2. I like that $147 price point. And if it comes down, retests the low 150s, I'll likely start buying again. So maybe 155, I might purchase a share and start adding to my position. Likely not as full as I had it, and likely not 16 shares, maybe add up to 10 shares. But that's basically my thoughts. I do have faith in Disney in the long term. I definitely wanted to take some cash off the table for Disney, mainly for personal reasons. You know, I had some bills to pay, and I also wanted to just kind of move that money into a couple other things that I just see better deals on. But that's basically my thoughts on this video. Thanks so much, guys, for watching. Stay tuned. I've got another one coming out today, focusing on crypto and what I've been buying lately. But if you haven't subscribed yet, consider doing so. I put out videos every single day, sometimes stocks, sometimes crypto, always something. Thanks so much, guys, and I will see you next time. Peace.